Hey, what's up, DFS Rico? Coming at you with my picks and insight for this LPL LCK 5-game slate on Wednesday, April 8th. To get started, if you can like, subscribe, comment at the end of the video if you have any questions. Before I get started, I am going to run through the odds, favorites, and all that. So for the LPL, early on the favorites are Vici Gaming over Rogue Warriors, Top Esports over Team WE, and OMG over Sunny Gaming. And then in the LCK, we just got two games, which is Damwon Gaming, huge favorites over Griffin, and Genji Esports, the biggest favorites on the slate over APK Prince. But early on, what I'm looking at for cash is Genji, Damwon, and Vici Gaming. I actually think Top Esports can get upset by WE. At least they have a chance to upset them. Team WE is a pretty good team. And then Suning, I can see them upsetting OMG. So those are like the two where I feel pretty iffy about going at for cash. I feel a lot more confident in Genji, Damwon, and Vici Gaming. Then I'm just gonna, before I get started on positions, I'm gonna run through a couple stats that I'm gonna start including through my videos, and I'm just gonna go to like 2 or 3 guys that lead the players in certain positions. So for like kills on the slate today, for Damwon Gaming, the AD carry Ghost, he actually leads the slate on kills per game, with 7 kills per game. He's only started 7 games this slate, but they've only lost one of those, or 9 games, and they've only lost 1. They're actually 8-0 in series where he's actually started both games. He's been playing really good, as you've noticed. And then where's he at? Jai Ming from Team WE, second on the slate with 5.08 kills per game. And then you got Hong Feng from Team Suning as well with 5.07, which those 3 are the top 3 in kills on the slate. And then for assist, you got for Team WE, you got Missing, which is their support, and then Sword Art, their support for Suning as well, in second with 9.47 assists per game, and then you got Self from the jungler for Team Suning with 9.2 assists per match. And those are like the stat leaders as far as individual players. And then teams that you can look to target that lead the slate on deaths. Team deaths is APK, leads the slate on deaths, and then second is Rogue Warriors. Those two lead the slate on deaths, which is part of the reason you're leaning towards guys like Genji or Damwon Gaming, or personally me with VG Gaming. They're just die a lot, and these teams can take advantage of that. They're really good teams, so that's why I'm looking at these guys for cash specifically. And then, like I mentioned, players for Suning and players for Top Esports, just because they're in really good matchups. They're going to be competitive games, but they can pull off some upsets just due to some of the players that they have, the individual players that play really well. Then on the slate as well, the players that lead the slate with player of the games are going to be the mid laner for Genji, which is BDD, with 8. They're the jungler for Genji as well, which is Clid, with 8 as well, and then the mid laner for Knight. Those 3 lead the slate on player of the games, which is usually awarded to the guy that helped lead the team to a victory. And then now I'll just run through certain spots where I'm looking at for top, jungler, mid. So for top lane, I like the Guru for Damwon Gaming. He actually leads the team in a player of the games. Pretty solid player, 7.3 kills per match, 10.8 assists. 6.8 is a little pricey for him, so I might just look at paying for some other guys. 369 has been playing pretty solid. Cube for Vici Gaming's not a bad play. When they're winning, he's usually playing pretty solid. For 6.4, top's usually where I'm looking to save money, top and support. So I can spend up for like the junglers, the mids, and the AD carries. But I mean, you got Rascal, like I mentioned for Genji, playing APK, which dies a lot. Rascal's gonna be looking to bounce back this late. They just got 2-0'd by DRX last late. And then, I mean, guys, I was looking for upsets, like Morgan for WE, 14.8 assists per match. I mean, he had 102 last game and they lost. Pretty good player. And then whoever started for SN, which I would expect Bin, since he did start the last match, and they did 2-0 V5. I mean, V5 is a terrible team, but I do like the range that these players on SN have as far as upside at their price tags. Junglers, I mean, you got Karsa for TES up top if you're looking to go that way. Had a monster game. And they're actually on a 5-match win streak, so I mean, WE has their work cut out for them. Top Esports does have it going their way lately, but like I mentioned, I could see them WE upsetting them. They are a good team as well. They're not a slouch. 21.4 assists per match, which is not bad. 7.6, and you got 7. I'd rather just pay down for Clint, honestly, 7.2 with a safer pick, in my opinion, against APK. Also, depending how they bounce back, I mean. And then you got Canyon for DWG, which did actually beat T1 lastly, which T1 was actually the best team in Korea in the LCK. And they went out and played a pretty safe and solid game. 3 deaths, 2 kills, 12 assists. But games before that, he was playing very well. I mean, I think they took it a little different. They played the matchup differently just due to the fact that T1's a really good team. So they played a little more passive. But, I mean, as you saw against the Freak of Freaks, HLE and APK, he's 109, 85, 81. Practically one of the reasons they won those matchups. Whoever's jungling for Vichy Gaming, which I expected to be Ike's, but he practically started all season, so I do like him as well. 16.4 assists per match. And then, like I mentioned, if I am playing Team WE, Beishang is going to be one of the main key pieces I include in my lineups. 7.2 kills per game, per match, 19.8 per match. I mean, he's been playing really well the last, 5 matches. Practically over 90 points every match other than against BLG. Super high upside. Highest upside out of any jungler on the slate for sure. And then Suffim, like I mentioned, I mean, it's third on the slate with 9.2 assists per game. He's not getting a crazy amount of kills, but he will get a ton of assists. I mean, you've seen him put 44, 36, 36 assists last slate. Doesn't get a ton of kills, but he will make himself known on the map. Put a lot of pressure on the lanes. And then you got Knight, TES, Top Esports. Probably as far as mid laners, or as far as any player on this lane, I think he has the highest upside. So if you do have them winning, 10.6 kills per match. He's been on a tear lately. Just put up over 100 points in 3 of the last 4 matches. Just absurd. Then you got Forge for Vichy Gaming, which I do expect him to start still. 15.1 assists, 19.8 kills. I just think he's a little cheap against the matchup he has, which World Warriors, like I mentioned, does die a lot. Then Angel, if you're playing Suning, it's not a bad play as well. I do like him as well. Pretty sure he leads the Suning in MVPs, player of the games. I mean, you've seen him have 103 point upside and victories, it's practically 90 plus in every victory this season. So as long as they're winning, he's practically one of the key reasons why they win. The mid lane is stacked, honestly. Teacher Mara, it's really solid play as well. 11.4 kills per match, which I believe leads the slate as far as mid laners. I'm pretty sure he's the highest as far as mid laners, 7.4 per match. Even last game they lost 101. Game before that they lost 82, 120. Super high ceiling on this guy. Ever since he inserted into the starting lineup, he's been playing really solid. 25.2 assists per game. Team WE is a very active team. They put a lot of pressure on the map, put a lot of pressure on the lanes. If you watch them play, they're fun to watch. And I think that's it for as far as like mid laners. Like I mentioned, Teacher Mara is the way I go if I am looking for the upset versus TES. Photic should still start for TES over Jackie Love. I think they won't make that switch until they lose this winning streak. So I mentioned Ghost leads the slate in kills per game. Since he got into the starting lineup, he's practically has 7 kills per game. I mean, it is inflated by these 2 matches, but solid player for sure. And an easier matchup than when he played guys like Genji or guys like T1. Then you got Ruler for Genji if you're going to be playing in Cash. iBoy, I do like him as well in Cash. Same thing for GBPs, though. He's not a bad play for GBPs at his price tag. Then Hyung Fang, if you're playing SN, you're going to be looking at him 12.9 kills per game, 14.5 assists per game. Solid player. When they're winning, you're probably going to want to stack them. Angel and Hyung Fang for sure. Those are like must if you're going to be expecting them to beat OMG. And then Jiao Ming, like I mentioned, for WE. Super high upside as well. 15.7 assists per game, 12.2 kills per game, 138 in a loss last week. 98 before that, 116. Super consistent player when they're playing well. So I do expect him to play well. I expect this game to go 3 games. Could go either way, honestly. In a win or a loss, you've seen him play really good. And just for like if you're looking to play Rogue Warriors or APK hybrid, it's very high on the. I think he's 4th on this slate as far as kills per game. So he's not a bad play. And Ziwuji as well. Those are the key pieces I would look at for those teams if you're looking to go that way. Kui for TES, Burial for DWG. Solid play. He's been playing really good lately. Over 16 assists in their winning streak, which is not bad. 66 plus fantasy points each game. It's really good. Like I mentioned, they're in a good matchup versus Griffin, which Griffin did just get the win last week, but don't expect that to happen again. Hang for Vici Gaming. When they're winning, he's playing practically 80 fantasy points. They did that swap in the spot lane, and they've been playing really good. Life for Genji's always underpriced, but he's practically a really safe pick. As long as they're winning, well, it depends who actually plays. I know they've been playing Kellen the last 2 matches. We played 1 game versus DRX, but before that he started 2, so I would be really careful to see who you're going to play. The starting lineup won't be out for this team, so honestly I might be a little hesitant to play either one of these guys if I am playing Genji, just due to the fact that you don't know who's going to start for Genji at the support position. So just keep a lookout for that if you can get news on that before. But usually, like I mentioned, you usually get starting lineups for the LCK like 30 minutes before lock, and they're like the middle game of the slate too. I think they play the last games of the slate, so yeah, it's probably not even worth a shot. Just try to find them. If you want to play Genji, just try to find a way to not fit that guy. Maybe do a 3-man stack with them, with the team and 2 of the other guys. Then you got, who else do you got? Missing, like I mentioned, leads the slate in assists per game, so he'll be a key piece you want in your lineup if you are playing Team WE for sure at your support position. For sure, super high upside. I think he has the highest upside as of any support. Honestly, the Team WE probably has the highest upside across the entire team. If they win this game, they're probably going to be on the winning lineup as far as GPPs. And then Sword Art, like I mentioned, 2nd in the slate in assists, 102 last match. When they're winning, he's practically blocking you 60 plus fantasy points, 78, 74. Good player for sure if you watch him play. Suning, I do like Suning against OMG, but OMG is also a good team. They're about the same team, I think. 14 and 3 and 13 in games this year for OMG, 14 and 16 for Suning. Looks like Suning just played like 1 or 2 more matches, so yeah, that's about it. I mean, like I mentioned, I'm looking at Vici, Genji, and Cash for sure. And then you got guys like Top Esports with Team WE that are toss-ups in my opinion, and Suning and OMG are toss-ups for sure as well. So just kind of depending which way you want to go. And DWG and Cash as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want me to go into detail on different things, just comment. I'll always get back to you guys. Thank you.